Hey y'all, it's Brittany Payton, the Honest RD. I'm coming to you today from 180 Well Body University, and I want to show you a story of one of my clients, Veronica. Today, I want to share with you her story, how she went from her highest weight to her healthiest weight. All right. I want you to see how she went from being pre-diabetic and diabetic to diet and exercise controlled, no medication needed, numbers under control. How she went from needing cholesterol medication because the numbers were getting up there to not any medication at all. All right. How she went from 10 years of taking blood pressure medication to now no medication needed. How we went from thyroid all over the place, all kinds of crazy, to now numbers under control, no medication needed. Energy is now through the roof, all right? And she is doing amazing. She is living in purpose and on purpose because her health is no longer her major focus, because now she can focus on the things that really and truly matter because she's got a good routine under her belt. So look, I want to share this with you. When you come back at the end, I'm going to share with you how you can become a client in this program so that you can get your results and live your best life as well. All right, talk to you in a second. Hello, everybody. And look, I am coming to you once again with another amazing transformation story. Woo! So, as we get started, I want to bring to you Veronica Dixon. Yes, awesome. Veronica, thank you so much for joining me today and being willing to share your story and your transformation with the people. And so, do me a favor, tell us about you.
Okay. I am a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a sister, I'm all of that right there. And I am a business owner. And I'm a member of the transformation program, or Well Body University, should I
Right,
say.
let's go. So look, here's the deal. Like, she's being real modest right now. Okay, so she is all those things and then some, but she's also an author. She's also a speaker. She's also an entrepreneur. She is doing so many things and has done so many things. And so I am super crazy proud of her. So let them know how you first came to me. Like, what was our first interaction about transformation?
I started this journey I had embarked on after a doctor visit that kind of was not what I was expecting. Okay. You do your yearly labs and all of that. So I had went to my yearly appointment, and for the second time, not the first time, but the second time, I heard that my A1C was pre-diabetic.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was the second time I heard that. And so that kind of like sparked something in me. The first time I heard it, I kind of like brushed it off. Then the second time, it was a little bit louder and a little bit more stern from the doctor, like, fix that. So I was like, oh boy. So I embarked on a journey of trying to do things on my own that I could fix. I didn't really have a guide. Okay. So I'm going by what I think I should be doing, because he just told me to fix it, but I didn't get any instructions on how to fix it.
Gotcha. Ooh,
So
you said a lot right.
Yep, that's how that happened. So some of the things I was doing it was right, and some of the things I was doing was not so right. But I didn't know, so I was giving it my best shot. So I started documenting my journey online with exercising, and the most I was doing at the time was just walking.
Mhm.
And I was trying to eat better, and then I encountered you. Which, by the way, was life changing. Okay. And I'm not just saying that, it really was. I sincerely mean that. I encountered you, and you took me by the hand and gave me some tools and helped me navigate through a better way of how to get my numbers under control as far as being pre-diabetic. And not just that, just living a life, or should I say, having the mindset
Mhm.
of just living a healthy life.
Yeah.
And It just wasn't okay. Let's just get these numbers under control. It's more so let's get the mindset to live a healthy lifestyle.
Okay, so take me back. You told me that this was the second time they told you about prediabetes, and you were like, tell me what you were like the first time. Because I think a lot of that probably resonates with a lot of people where they're like, oh, yeah, they said my numbers were high, but ah, like I got it, I'll figure it out, or they'll go down next year, or it was a fluke. Like, what was your mindset the first time? Like, what was your thought pattern the first time they told you that your numbers were elevated?
It was like, well, next year they'll go down. And then I thought to myself, well, maybe I just don't need to eat 3 cookies. Maybe I need to eat just one. I mean,
Thought,
I don't cutting back, things of that nature. But it was more so like, oh, it'll go down or what have you. It really didn't resonate at the time.
and then after that, the second time, you said it was a little louder, a little more, hey, all right, we got to get this together. So that time, what were you thinking then? Were you like, what was your mindset at that point? Like, ooh, it happened again. What's
Right.
going
I was like, it happened again. It was a little bit louder, like you said. And I just began to do what I thought I could do, but I didn't really know what to do. I thought I could, but I needed a little bit more guidance. I need a little bit more motivation, and I needed the mindset of which I thought I had at the time, but I really didn't. After looking back now, um, I didn't have it.
Okay, so you were doing all the things like, okay, I'm gonna just exercise more and I'm gonna eat less and I'm gonna figure it out myself because the doctor just tells me eat healthier and exercise more or figure it out.
Get that. I didn't even get. No, I just heard if we come in here again with these numbers, we're going to have to put you on whatever the medication was for it. I didn't even get you need to eat more vegetables, you need to eat protein, you need to do this. I received no instructions, and I'm being totally honest. Not any.
I totally hear you because the thing is, this is not the first time I've heard that. This is a story I hear over and over and over again. That's why I know it resonates with so many people that the doctor is just like, hey, eat healthier, take better care of yourself. And if you knew what that meant, of course you do it. But the thing is, you really don't know what that means at the core. Like, this is not your wheelhouse. And so you needed the guidance. And so you came looking for a guide, or a guide came looking for you,
Both. It
right?
was it was a two-way. I believe it was an answered prayer.
Oh,
Uh, it was an answered prayer because I did not have a guide. So it was an answered prayer, and I wanted God to help me with it. And so he answered my prayer. And then so it was like, you were looking for me because that's what you do. You transform lives, you change mindsets. And then I was also looking for that person, or whatever way God wanted me to embark on it, because I didn't have that. All I knew was to go by. If you've never lived in that type of lifestyle, you don't really know what that looks like. You can kind of like imagine what it looks like to if they say eat healthy or add exercise to your daily routine and things like that, or get enough sleep and all that. I mean, if you've never really done that, you really don't know what that looks like.
take me back. Where were you at that point? Like, weight wise, how were you feeling with your energy? What was your day like? Give me some insight on who you were and where you were then.
Well, weight wise, I was probably at the heaviest weight I'd ever been in my whole life. um, my energy was very low. My thyroid numbers in a not to I forgot to mention that. Not only were my A1C numbers off and I was pre-diabetic, but my thyroid number was doing this.
Hmm?
So whenever you have that yo-yo with that, if anybody's ever experienced that, you don't feel your best. You're tired, you're sluggish, you don't really have the mind to really think because of fog. I had brain fog, all of that. And let's just say, I'm not going to even say low energy. I had no energy.
Okay.
Okay. None.
Oh,
So I was at the time.
okay. So, and how did that make you feel? Like, what were you feeling like day in and day out in that space?
Well, it was very discouraging because I had no motivation.
Mhm.
I didn't have a model at the time. Um, I'm being told to do something that I don't have a guide to do. So here I am just scrapping for information. I'm on the internet. I'm trying to look up stuff about healthy meal preps, healthy this and that, just it was hard. It was a hard space, and it was not very it made me feel discouraged
Yeah.
to the point that I knew I needed help.
Hmm. So you
Needed
knew
help.
yourself.
To be honest, no, I wasn't going to be able to do it by myself.
And what were you thinking when you came into the process? Were you thinking I'm going to have to give everything up? Are you like what were you thinking when you came into the process?
Initially, I gave you my goals, and I was thinking that I was going to maybe count calories, measure a lot of stuff that I didn't want to do. Total restriction. There goes my favorite muffin, forever and ever. Oh man, it's over. This is my mindset that I had, but I was willing to do it because I knew I had to do something. So
Yep.
that's
Not to give it up. You were like, all right, whatever it is, I know I need a better life. And you were thinking, I'm going to have to give everything up to get it. And that is kind of scary, kind of frustrating to think that I can't be who I am anymore. I can't like what I like anymore. I can't do the things that I like to do anymore because now I have this new life. I
or
got
it's
to.
gonna be time consuming because I thought that I was gonna use a lot of time with counting this or that because I've done that kind of stuff before. I have done that before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna go back to that, and I was like, it's time consuming. I thought it was gonna take up a lot of my time, of which I didn't feel I had.
Right. You were already busy. Already busy. Y'all heard the resume in the beginning, so we already busy, right? So here's the deal. Like, so you thought you were coming in and you were going to be doing counting on counting on counting and restriction and taking stuff away and getting rid of stuff and needing a whole lot of time. So what ended up happening? What did you find out through the process?
I found out that I wasn't going to be doing any of that. Okay.
Mhm.
Which was mind blowing in the beginning. And it was kind of like, well, how am I going to get these results? And I'm going to be transparent. Okay.
Always.
I didn't expect to get the results that I received.
Mhm.
That was expectation.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew I would get some results, but I didn't expect them to be the way that they are. And so initially, when I found out we weren't doing any of that, and the process of which we journeyed through how to navigate of living a healthy life, I learned how to eat better, find things that honor my goals. Okay, I learned how to mindfully enjoy the things that I like without over indulging and feel satisfied with doing that. Um, I learned that it's not a 90-day thing. It's not even a 120-day thing.
Mhm.
It is a journey without an end,
Yes.
a never ending journey. And all of those things have literally changed my mind through I just think different, and I feel different. I
Yeah.
feel different.
Yeah. I think one of the big things I know with working with you too, I saw you start learning to trust yourself again, where food and just, can I do this? I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if, like all of that. And then just trusting yourself with food. Like you didn't know if you could do that. And you've gotten to a place where, okay, I can trust myself. And you developed a good relationship between yourself and food and your body and what it means to have the things that you want and you need, but still be able to honor yourself, like you said earlier, and and seeing you develop that has been so amazing to, that's true empowerment.
The tears.
Oh, stop it.
Literally almost in tears, like literally, because that is so true. I literally learned to trust myself. Like in the beginning, it was a struggle because we would do our one-on-ones, and I would always, I was like, well, can I have this or can I? Sure, I can.
Mhm.
And in the only way that Brittany Payton can say she can. Because I remember our conversation one day, and I won't forget this one, because this one kind of like took my mind to another place. We were talking about carbs,
Mhm.
okay? Because I was thinking, okay, I don't need any carbs. Even when I prepared meals for my family, there were times that I wouldn't have it. Like I would make potatoes or, rice or this or that. And I was like, I don't need to have that. And you navigated me through that. You can have that. And you're not going to load it with all of this stuff. Okay? We're not going to load it with the extra butter and the drizzle. We're not going to do all the the things that kind of like, made it turned a good thing bad.
Right? Turn a tool into a weapon. Right? Exactly.
Weapon. Okay? It's okay to have it, but we're not going to take this good thing and turn it all the way bad.
Right.
How we're going to enjoy it. So I had to trust myself, because in the beginning, I didn't even trust myself to even have it.
Mhm.
I did. I was like, no, I'm not going to even, I'll just take double veggie,
Mhm.
and to trust myself with it. And now I totally trust myself with it.
Now that's victory, y'all. That's victory. You don't have to give up the things that you want, like and ultimately that your body needs in order for you to be healthy. And so I want to know from you, like if you had to state out all your results on the scale, beyond the scale, what are the things that you've been able to accomplish while being in this program?
I've been able to accomplish going from pre-diabetic. Well, I'm not going to even say, I'm going to take back the pre-diabetic part. I think it was diabetic, because they literally wanted to treat it that day.
Mhm.
Okay.
It
So
was, it was there. And that's the thing. A lot of times people are told the pre and then it's really the number. So A1C of 6 and over, you there. You there. So yeah. So
right.
I was there at the time, right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure you were.
Oh, I was over 6.
Oh yeah. So yeah. So let's go full diabetes. So we went from diabetes to where are we now?
Not even pre.
Ah, all right. All right. What else?
I'm not even pre. My blood pressure is managed, because my blood pressure was not well as well, in addition to the pre-diabetic piece. I have maintained a healthy weight, which I learned is not just a number. Because in my mind, when I first started, I had a number. I'm at a weight where everything is managed.
Yes.
That's what, when I say I've maintained a healthy weight. My blood pressure is managed. My A1C is managed. My cholesterol is managed. Matter of fact, they don't even talk about it. When I go to we haven't discussed diabetes or cholesterol and let's get this blood pressure, it's over the roof and all of that. So I've managed to do that, which is everything to me. My energy level is amazing. I'm able to not feel sluggish, tired, where before I was tired, I didn't have energy to do anything. Now I want to do everything. Everybody else is sitting like, whoo, and I'm like, we can go some more.
Right. Let's go. That's good. So, and then how's your thyroid?
My thyroid is under control. It is, man. We're not even talking about that anymore. Basically, everything that was a concern or that needed looked as if it needed attention or needed attention
Mhm.
is no longer a issue.
So now we go from needing medication for everything. They wanted to treat everything with medication to now we don't need any medication.
No, we don't. We really don't. This is what I prayed for. This is what I prayed for. And I'm going to sidetrack a little bit, because when I was coming up, I didn't have that model. My parents never, if I be honest, they never talked about honoring your body with food that will fuel it in a great way. They never talked about exercising. That wasn't modeled for me. It was eat what you want, how much of it you want until you're full, not just satisfied. And even cleaning your plate, like, oh, you're gonna eat the rest of that, you know. It was just, so, which caused overeating.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want to leave anything behind. So that developed a bad habit too. This is what I prayed for, this mindset that I have now. It took a minute, but it's been worth it. And I was talking with someone about this about a week or two ago. If we learn to have discipline in our eating habits, and we learn that discipline, it teaches us so many other disciplines in our life. Okay. And I was speaking with them about it. I was like, when I started my wellness journey and I began to develop a better relationship with food, like such as the relationship I have now, it has allowed me to look inside of me and see all of the other gifts that are inside of me and actually bring them out. I began to focus on other things, since I wasn't focusing on, oh Lord, I got this doctor's appointment. I hope my A1C is under control, or I hope my thyroid's under control. Once that all of that was no longer an issue, I was able to look into other things I wanted to do, things that brought me joy, things that made me feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
And so I've been able to write a book, of which is something that I wanted to do, but I didn't really have I want to say this journey has literally empowered me to the point to do everything that I have wanted to do. It has pushed me. The goals that I've met and have exceeded, because I'm not going to say just met, but you're not just going to meet your goals, you're going to exceed them. They have empowered me to do the things that I've always dreamed of or I wanted to do, and focus on things that make me feel happy.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So you are fulfilling your purpose.
Purpose.
You're able to focus on it, and you're able to focus outwardly on where the needs are and pull those things out of you to be able to give them to people, because you've got the energy, the stamina, the ability to be able to do that. And that's everything. So let's say somebody's watching this now and they're like, you know what? I know I need to make some changes. I need to do a 180. I need to turn from sickness to wellness, and I need to do this now. I need to stop waiting. And they're inspired by your story, but they're on the fence. What would you tell them if they were thinking about joining the Well Body University?
I would tell them to do it, because it will give you the mindset. It will give you the motivation because you're with community calls and things like that. That's the group that we're in, where everybody is on the same journey that you're on, and you're all focused on the same thing, which is very empowering. I would tell them to do it. It's so worth it. It's so rewarding, and your body is going to thank you. Your mindset's going to be there. And you'll be happy that you did. That's all I'm going to say, because it's been life-changing for me. I don't regret a moment of it. There were some days, just like with anything, especially when I first got started, that was pretty hard. And I was like, listen,
Right?
Lord, I know I prayed for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I know I prayed for something, but this is hard.
Mm-hmm.
But we would get on our one-on-one calls. I get my mind right. I'll call it get my mind right, like my grandmother used to say. You help me get my
Right.
you help me get my mind right, debunk the myths about certain things. Like, listen, well, is that true? Is it?
Right.
You know, and just those little coaching pieces like that, that were personalized and tailor made just for me, because everybody's journey is different, you know? So those little calls that we would get on, and it would just be tailor made just for me, ideas, the tips, the tools, and the pop-ups out of nowhere. Y'all, Brittany Payton will pop up on you out of nowhere. Okay. But I'm
You can go. Oh, wait. There's so many programs out there where people, oh, I'm gonna join this, and then they get ghost, and then people forget about them, and they're just paying. Like you got that gym, you start a program or whatever, and people forget about you, and nothing. Oh no, you're gonna get
no, not so much.
that accountability is there.
Accountability was there. Now sometimes I wanted to be invisible and be like, I hope she forgets me. But then next thing you know, out of nowhere, here's a text. Then somewhere where there she is. What?
Target, right? But it always right.
That, and it was always, and I knew this is, I know it's God. It would always be something that I was struggling with. I'm like, how did you know this? Wait a minute. I can't.
There you go. That's when you look, when you pray for something. Right.
And some things I didn't pray for, but I need it. Because sometimes we know what we need until we get it.
Yeah.
So I needed that accountability piece, even though I wasn't asking for it. You solicited willingly.
Really?
Okay, so what we doing?
Right? Exactly. What we doing? How we gonna do this? Let's work on this. How we gonna work on this?
Let's do it. Let's work. We got it.
That's right. That's right. So let me tell you, it has been awesome seeing you put one foot in front of the other, in front of the other, in front of the other, and continue to move in your journey. And it is my absolute pleasure to have still been a part of your journey and be a part of your journey and know that anything you need, you can always count on me and you're not alone. And I am just in awe of all you've been able to do. I'm excited for you. I am honored to be a part of your journey. And I hope that people are listening to this, hearing themselves and being inspired by all that you've been able to do as you continue to move forward and knowing that they can be next. Hey, y'all. I mean, like, that was amazing, right? That was amazing. Super crazy, exciting stuff. So, look, you're next. You're next. And so, with that, I want to show you how you can be next. So, go to get180well.com right now. So that way you can go on the site, you'll go ahead, you'll use that calendar, and you will schedule a time that works for you. So that way we can get on a call, discuss exactly what your needs are and how I can help you meet those needs. And we can start your transformation. So look, here's the deal. Go on there, get it going. Let's make it happen because you're